And what else? For those of you who know nothing at all about Good Omens, except for the bit that I told you earlier, which is that Terry and I wrote it together, and mostly talked on the phone and then had to sell it fast before the phone bill came in. It is about an angel and a demon who are trying to avert the apocalypse, and who've both been on Earth for a long time and have kind of gone native. And the first scene that I'm going to read you is Aziraphale, who is an angel and a rare book dealer, has been in his shop for rather a long time. And they're both scenes actually in his bookshop. But this one, just a little bit from a scene, and I was fond of it, and it's gone. So, exterior, Aziraphale's bookshop, 1800s, day. Victorian time, actually it's 1850. Victorian times. The bookshop exterior looks familiar, although the sign over the door is freshly painted. Aziraphale is putting a hand-lettered sign in the window by his Dickens books. What the Dickens? Mr. Dickens' latest novel, A Tale of Two Cities, is now in stock. Interior, Aziraphale's bookshop. Aziraphale is dealing with a customer, a small, stout woman who might be Queen Victoria herself, but probably isn't. Customer: I was hoping he'd write another book about Barnaby Rudge. Aziraphale: I'm afraid you're pretty much alone in that. But the new one is quite exciting, set in revolutionary France. Customer: Barnaby Rudge and the Castle of Horrors. Barnaby Rudge goes to Mystery Island. Barnaby Rudge and the Wizard's Nose. Aziraphale: perhaps you could write to Mr. Dickens and ask him to oblige. A bell dings above the door. A street urchin has come in. Street urchin: Mr. Fell, I've got a message for you. Aziraphale glances down at the handwritten message. The usual place. C. Aziraphale: we're closed. You have to go away now. Customer: but I heard a rumour that Mr. Perkins' bookshop on Compton Street has an advanced copy of Barnaby Rudge Falls on Hard Times. The customer starts to exit, as does the urchin. Aziraphale: boy, do you know what I have here? A halfpenny, sir. Aziraphale displays the halfpenny, vanishes it, then takes it from behind the boy's ear. Street urchin: oh, my eyes have never seen such a wonder of dexterity and illusion. Aziraphale proudly gives him the coin. The street urchin pockets it. And the next scene is from much later. And exciting things are happening. The world is ending. Aziraphale is trying to figure it out and trying to stop it. And we're in the back room of his bookshop, and it's the present. We hear Aziraphale muttering. He's talking to himself. Aziraphale: so prophecy 3212 correlates with 917. Come on, Agnes, you know how this one ends. There's got to be a way out. Aziraphale is looking at the nice and accurate prophecies. He's filling his pad of paper with notes. We look over his shoulder and we can see various names of famous people in history circled. He's trying to work out a way to hold off Armageddon. He's in the same clothes he was in yesterday. The cocoa is very cold and congealed. He scribbles down something that's obviously a mathematical equation. There's a loud banging on the door. Busy! The banging redoubles. For heaven's sake, I'm very busy. There's nobody here. Banging. Rattling as someone shakes the locked door. Aziraphale mutters something, then he gets up and goes to deal with the people. Interior, Aziraphale's bookshop, day. We have a short, scary, extremely well-dressed man who we'll call him Boss, with two enormous thugs standing behind him, also in very nice suits. With an angry sigh, Aziraphale points through the glass to the closed sign on the door. Boss is unimpressed. She simply bangs on the door loudly again. Aziraphale opens the door. Aziraphale. The closed sign means this bookshop, like the door, is closed. If they were open, it would say open. Now, if you'll excuse me, Boss, this your bookshop? Aziraphale. Indeed it is, young man, but I'm closed. But it's too late. They're barging in. Aziraphale seems slightly out of his depth here. The boss and the two thugs are hard men, well-dressed, dangerous. It's like a lamb meeting three wolves in a bookshop. Look, I'm dreadfully sorry, but we'll be open tomorrow, but that's not actually certain at this point. Boss, a nice place you've got here. Aziraphale, I'm rather proud of it. Finest rare bookshop this side of Bloomsbury. However, Boss, people don't want this rubbish anymore though, do they? Aziraphale, there's always a demand for first editions, and I'm extremely proud of— Please put that down! Carefully, the thugs are picking up books and dropping them. Stooge 2. Made of paper though, damage easy, and burn. Stooge 1 has taken out his cigarette lighter and is tearing strips off a book, lighting them and letting them fall. Very flammable. Stooge 2. You mean inflammable. Stooge 1. Same thing. Be a pity if this whole place burned down. Stooge 2 picks another book up. Aziraphale, step away from the books, please. This is a very bad time for these shenanigans. Boss, been here a long time, have we? Aziraphale, over 300 years in this location. The shop was originally— Boss, I'm not actually interested, you know. Louis, do something violent. Stooge 1 pushes over a bookcase and books go flying. This part of Soho is so very ripe for redevelopment, but relocating a business is obviously expensive. Fortunately, I'm in a position to make you an extremely generous offer. Aziraphale, as am I. Sorry. My extremely generous offer is, you and your friends tidy up the mess you've made, leave my shop, never come back, and we will say no more about it. You out of your mind? Pick those books up and go home, then turn over a new leaf. I am doing my utmost to avert Armageddon, and I have no time for any hanky-panky. Hanky-panky. Stooge 1 is already picking up the books. Stooge 2 picks his boss up by the lapels and says intimidatingly, "You heard him, Desmond. We're going to tidy up the mess we made." Aziraphale. And then, in the time remaining to you, you must give up your evil, redeveloping ways and become pillars of your communities. You probably have most of Saturday until just after tea time. The three men shake their heads as they scramble to pick up the books. They aren't quite certain what's happening. Stooge 2. I never wanted to be an enforcer. I wanted to be a florist. Aziraphale, flowers, very commendable. So, delightful meeting you. As the three men shuffle out, we follow them out onto the pavement. Exterior. Stooge 1. What a lovely man. Stooge 2. I feel like a nicer person already. Boss, my head hurts. Aziraphale slams the door behind him. A moment later, the closed sign is replaced by a handwritten sign saying, "Important, very, very close, please go away. This means you, brackets, sorry."